Welcome everyone, this is Saud Mansoor, the author of the ebook and your speed reading coach. Today we have something really special. A fun element has been added today so that you really have good fun today. So make sure you stay till the end. The 5 strategies to read boring material. Yeah. I'm talking about materials like PDF files, technical documents, what else? Excel sheets, something which you really do not like. Let me give you the tools, the strategies. The first strategy is, ready for that? Positive acceptance. Yes, that's the first strategy which I'm talking about. So what's the difference? Here's what I want you to do. Whenever you see a boring material which you're not interested, you want to learn new technology just because it's something like you're supposed to read because there's an external force and you do not like it, but you are forced to do that. When you're in that situation, the first step is to accept it. Yes, I do not know. And then, rather than moving into negative question, why does this happen? Oh my God, I have to do this thing. I don't want you to go into the negative tunnel. I want you to move into the positive tunnel. That's, yes, I do not know it, but very soon I'll finish it. That is the attitude I want you to establish. Like a warrior. Warrior, yes, I do not know, but I will figure it out. I will finish it. Not like a loser. Oh my God, I do not know. No give up attitude. It's like a warrior attitude over here. That's the number one thing. Because when you have a possibility that yes, I do not know, and then I'll finish it, you are taking the next step to make it much easier. Finding out solutions. Because at that moment, asking yourself, why does this happen to you? It's so boring. You're like, okay, how do I solve this problem? How do I make it faster? How do I get rid of this subject faster? You're looking for solutions. You're not looking for excuses or complaints. The first strategy, whenever you come across a boring material. Now let's go to the next strategy. The next strategy is very important. Establishing the connection. What do I mean over here is you need to start liking that boring, ugly, raw subject book. That is the main important thing which I'm trying to establish over here. I want you to look into your network, your Facebook group, your WhatsApp group, or anyone who has gone through that process, gone through that book, and has accomplished, has become successful, and you really admire that. That is a twist over here. Because, I remember one incident when I was, during my initial days after I finished my MBA, I started preparing myself, going for training for SAP MM. And I joined this institution. And just after one month, I guess. And guess what? SAP MM was not easy for me during the initial days. Because I was using the old memorization techniques, the old school techniques at that time. And then what happens? After 1 month, my seniors came up who had finished the certification course of SAP MM. And they came back with a negative result. They got fired and they came back. And they were sharing stories of their bad experiences. Now tell me, how would that have affected me? I'm here preparing for SAP MM. First of all, I'm not connecting. It's really boring. It's really dry. And these seniors who have passed through that process come back and say, the market is very bad. They're showing the reality, what happened, all those stories. And I'm like confused. Am I doing the right stuff? And I'm feeling very, very low. When this thing was happening, my trainer did a very beautiful thing, which I really thank him. He connected me to other seniors who were doing really good in SAP MM. I spoke to them. They told about the stories. And they're like, it's easy, man. It's nothing. It's so simple. Life is so good. I joined this company. I'm traveling here. I'm with my client. See my photographs. See my selfies. I'm like, wow, this guy's really enjoying. I saw hope. I started liking SAP MM again. The connection was getting established again. Before it was like the connection was just breaking off. The connection was never being made at that moment with those negative stories. Over here, I saw a possibility, at least in that company, I want to move to that company because there's a nice lifestyle. And that's what I want you to do, guys. The first step over here is to make sure you see in your network who has gone through that subject, that book, and has accomplished higher, who you really admire, because they'll make it much easier. When you hear from them, guess what? It's more powerful. Then you start researching. They tell their stories. They show their lifestyle, their experiences. It becomes so likable. And that's what I want you to do. Now, you might comment over here that Saud, my case is different. I'm into this boring subject where I'm forced. The system, the exam is something really boring. How do I solve? I understand. And that's the reason what I've done is I have created separate scenarios so that you can connect with your dry subject. And right now, I'll be only showing one technique. And there are other scenarios which are available in the cheat sheet, which I will be providing at the end of this session, so that you can go into your scenario and see what is applicable for me. Isn't that good? So that this is something like a customized service for you, for your situation. How can you connect? Because the first thing is the connection between you and that dry, boring subject. You need to start liking it. That's the second most important strategy I want you to get. So let's go with the next strategy. That's look for similarities. Yes, very, very important. You need to be a bit creative over here. When you see the dry subject, you need to make sure what is that I know already looks similar to this. That's how you need to approach. Very important. You started to like it. Now you read through it, and that immediate thing is the connection. The deeper connection has to be made. Now you need to be very, very creative over here. It's not always, when you're trying to see the similarities, is never red apple and a green apple. It's never like that. You need to be more creative. It could be something like a table and a dog. What's the similarity? 4 legs. You need to be more creative. You need to see what looks similar to what I know, what sounds similar to what I know. And that is how you will become more creative. At the end of the day, guys, you need to finish off this task as quickly as possible. I'll give you some additional example over here so that it becomes much, much easier. When I was in my engineering, we had electronic circuit, a subject, a boring subject for all computer science students. It was one diagram which had resistors, transistors with all that positive, negative, and it was whole page full of diagrams, resistors, capacitors, everything was filled up. Guess what? None of us really liked it. But that was an important topic for an exam point of view. And by just drawing the diagram, we would get at least 7 marks. And that was important. You know what our professor did? He connected this dry, complex diagram, this figure, to something which we already knew. I want to just give an example over here. He connected the resistors to a snake. He represented that. There are about 3 resistors in the diagram. He said, first, the snakes enter. One moved left, one moved right, one went bottom. And that was much easier for us to connect. The snake represented the resistor. And then there was a transistor. I guess this was the shape. You know what he represented this as? Spider. He just made funny stuff, funny stories, and it became much, much easier. Because he knew these computer science students do not want to know more details about electronics. They just want to finish off the subject. And he created this story. It became much, much easier for us to get that 7 marks minimum. Guys, the person in front, who is an examiner or who is your client, doesn't need to know how you have figured it out. When he asks you a question, you should be able to answer it. That's it. When you're doing a presentation, something comes, you have it in your mind and you say it off. At the end of the day, the goal is to very soon, very quickly finish off that book with comprehension. Get over it and move to the next document or the next project. That is what I want, right? And this is what similarity is. You need to be very creative. Create a story out of it and just move on, because you need to move on. You do not have to stay, because many people get stuck. They go in circles, 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 and I don't want that thing to happen for you. We need to move forward because we are warriors. And that's how warriors are. They take steps forward. They never move forward, backward and hide themselves. You know the samurais? They always move, they charge themselves. And that's the way we need to charge ourselves when it comes to reading boring materials. Be creative. Look for similarities. What sounds like, the shape, seed, make a story in your mind. And think about the story and just tell. If you see the first snakes, first we have resistors. Then we have, instead of saying spider, then we have a transistor at the bottom. It becomes so easier. And that's how, trust me, I passed through that subject, guys. It's important. Make it simpler. Simplify yourself. When you see similarities, boom, you get it. What's the next one? Realistic benefit. Yes, the fourth one is the realistic benefit. So what's the realistic benefit which needs to be seen? Is I want you to look into one realistic benefit. What is that one thing I can immediately see myself achieve if I do accomplish, if I read this book? For example, if you go back to my example, when I was getting trained in SAP MM, that is material management, if you do not know, I saw about many people getting fired up and coming back. But this senior which I spoke was doing really well. I saw immediate benefit that my life could be similar to his. That's what I want. Immediate benefit you need to see, a realistic benefit. If one person has achieved it, trust me, you can also achieve it. That's the mindset I want you to achieve. One realistic benefit. And the next step is the most important thing, guys. This is what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine all the possibilities which can add up, which can happen. In my case, I started thinking about my life. I would have bought my new car, a new house. I'm traveling over there. I'm coming back to India. I'm enjoying myself. All the possibilities. I'm taking selfies. I'm hanging out with different cultures. Awesome feeling. It might happen, it might not happen. We do not know. But if we have one realistic, logical connection, that's first thing, benefit. And then I want you to add on, and I want you to feel that. Close your eyes and feel that experience. Trust me, you need to make sure you really magnify that possibility. Feel that till you have a smile on your face. Once you get that smile, just like my last session, the smile has a deeper connection with that book. Yes, and that's what I want to happen. Once you get that smile and you feel the possibilities, I want you to make sure that you take up the next step. Are you getting some really great stuff, guys? The fourth step, the fourth strategy was to see a realistic connection and just imagine and magnify and feel that experience. Breathe in those possibilities, guys. Important. And that will really make a game changer for you. All right, good. Now let's go to the next technique, the next strategy. It is, there's nothing over here. Guess where it is? It's in the cheat sheet which I'll be providing to you by the end of the session. So make sure you go there and find it out yourself. I want to have some fun right now, and that's the reason. Let's have more interaction. I don't want myself to say, I want you to tell me out what was the fifth strategy which I figured out so that you really are engaged over here. It's all about learning, and I want to make sure you and I learn. It's about time you tell me the fifth one rather than I telling you. All right, good stuff? Okay, guys, let me go and give you a quick recap of the 4 strategies which we talked. And the 5th one, you're going to say it. All right? Is that a deal? Awesome. Go ahead and leave a comment. How do you feel about this fun activity? Let's start off. The first thing is the positive acceptance. Accepting, yes, I do not know, and very soon I'll figure it out. Get the wire feeling and move forward. That's what I want. No negative, why is this thing happening? No. I'll figure it out. That's it. That's the first thing. The second one, establish connection. When I mean establish connection, is establish the likingness, the soft likingness towards this subject. And that's what I did. The strategy which I shared with you right now is to look into your connection network, who might have gone through that process, gone through that book, and has achieved a higher level success, which you admire. Because guess what? Those people will make it much simpler for you. In different strategies, it makes it much easier, and you start to like it. And that's what I want. Second strategy. Third strategy. Look for similarities. As you're going through that book, look for similarities. What is that which I already know looks similar to what this book or this technology is talking about? Very, very important. Similarities does the deeper connection. You learn faster, you connect faster. Very, very important, guys. Look into that. Next strategy, the 4th one. The realistic benefit. Find a realistic benefit immediately. You can see a monetary benefit. People are making a lot of money. That's also good. People are enjoying it. That company is providing really good opportunities. Whatever it is, one benefit. I want you to go to YouTube, listen to, because I'll tell you one thing. The subject which is boring for you is really interesting for someone else. Find out that someone else. He'll make it much easier. That's it. He or she will talk about the benefit, the experience, the wow factors, and that's something which is good. You can go to YouTube over there. Just type in the top leader or the expert in that subject. Google it and find out the real benefit. One real benefit is enough. And then I want you to amplify, imagine what all possible benefits I could achieve. And I want you to feel that. See that as you close your eyes also. And breathe in. And I want that smile to come out. The moment the smile comes up, you are gonna say the last strategy, which is the 5th strategy, by going and clicking on the link which will be shared to you soon. Is that good? Did you enjoy? I'm just enjoying today's session because it was really fun. At the last minute, I just figured out this thing, a twist, so that you and I connect at a deeper level. Alright guys, we have come to the end of today's session. I hope you got great value. If you want to move to the next level, I do have a super reader program which is coming up so that you can double your reading speed, master speed reading so that you can read more pages. If you want 2018 to be really awesome, there is an opportunity for you. And those details will be given in the link pretty soon.